Okay, so here is the next question that we have on the menu today. It is asking us, what is an opposite reciprocal? Okay, well, just from the two-word combination opposite reciprocal, we can see that we have two words associated with them, right? So we have the word opposite and the word reciprocal, right? So let's break this down into their component words, and then we can see what they mean individually, what they mean together, and then how we can use those two together, and why is that going to be useful. Okay, so that's going to be our plan of attack. So the word opposite, this means we're going to flip it or inverse the sign, or flip the sign. So flip the sign, flip the plus minus sign. So positives become negative, negative becomes positive. That's what we mean by opposite. And reciprocal, well, we flip the fraction. Okay, so opposite reciprocal, let's say x. The opposite reciprocal of this, opposite reciprocal, is going to be negative, that's the opposite part, 1 over x, and the 1 divided by is the reciprocal part. Another way that if you write this is negative x to the power of negative 1. That's another perfectly valid way to write this. Okay, so why is this useful? Opposite reciprocals are useful in action. So they are useful when we are looking for perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. The slope of the lines will be opposite reciprocals opposite reciprocals of each other. Okay, so this is like I would say maybe the main reason why we even pay attention to opposite reciprocals in the first place, for perpendicular lines. So let's show an example of that in action. Perpendicular. And perpendicular, if you're not aware, it means we have 90 degrees of separation. So basically two lines and there's a perfect corner between them. Okay, so if we were to draw out a mathematic grid like this, that is a very straight line for freehand. Good job to me. Oh, that's pretty good too. Steady hands, not bad. Okay, so suppose that we have one line and we can make it a green line, and this has a slope of 2. Or this is a slope of 1/2. My bad. So we can say this one is equal to y equals 1/2 of x. If we wanted to draw something perpendicular to this, we would need negative 2x is equal to y to be perpendicular. Because 1/2, and we take the opposite reciprocal, is going to be negative 2. Okay, so that's why that's going to work out. So if we draw that line, let's do it in red, of negative 2x, we will have a slope that looks like this, or a line that looks like this. So this is y equals negative 2x. And hopefully it should be fairly clear that these lines have to be perpendicular to each other. Like, as you can see, maybe the drawing makes this a little bit not as clear as it should be, but you can see here that we have like 90-degree angles between the red and the green lines, so they are definitely perpendicular to each other, and we know that they have to be perpendicular to each other because when their slopes are opposite reciprocals, or negative reciprocals, another way to say that, we know that they have to be perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals. Okay, so this is how you would use them in action, and you really just multiply by -1 and divide it by 1, or raise it to the power of -1. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward. It's pretty fun stuff and very useful for slopes. Cool. So the solution is good. Yeah, nice.